It's 420 and thousands of marijuana enthusiasts are gathering at Denver's Civic Center Park, but Denver police have a warning for people planning to smoke pot in public. After nearly a year of investigation, federal and state authorities took out a suspected drug ring in Aurora today. We'll have the details on that. And if you're already looking forward to football season, listen up. We have big news about the Broncos next at noon.
This is 9 News.
We have just learned the names of 2 people killed in a house explosion in Weld County. The coroner's office identifies them as 42-year-old Mark Joseph Martinez of Firestone and 42-year-old Joseph William Irwin III of Frederick. They were both in the home when the explosion happened on Monday. The coroner's office is performing an autopsy. Investigators hope that will lead to more answers about how this all happened. It's spring right now, but football fans already thinking about football. That's just how it goes. We have some news, though, for you Broncos fans. We're just learning that the Broncos will open their 2017 football season at Mile High. This is the 7th consecutive year that the Broncos have opened their football season at home. Broncos insider Mike Kliss says the Broncos will be taking on the Los Angeles Chargers on Monday, September 11th. The question is, who will be Phillip Rivers' opposing quarterback? Will it be Trevor Siemian or Paxton Lynch? Broncos haven't made a decision yet. Well, the NFL will release more details on the Broncos' regular season schedule tonight at 6 o'clock. So look for that on 9 News. Happening now, Sky 9 is over thousands of people at Civic Center Park in Denver. They're all participating in the annual 420 rally celebrating marijuana. Now, even though recreational pot is legal in Colorado, it is not legal to smoke it in public. Police are issuing that reminder today. They tell us they will issue tickets at their discretion. This whole thing could go on for a while, a concert that starts at 2, but the headliner won't get there until, you guessed it, 420. Doesn't look like there is as big of a crowd as we've seen in the past. We'll keep our eye on it, though, to let you know whether it grows. But that 420 event happening in Civic Center Park. Today is a chance for pot businesses in Colorado to turn a big profit. They know that. That's why vendors and businesses are lined up for events right there. But again, don't think this is a smoke wherever free-for-all. It's not. Denver police arrested 79 people at the 420 rally last year. 64 were for pot-related charges. Police are urging people to plan to catch a ride if they are consuming pot. Uber partnered with police to offer a $4.20 discount on rides. The code is SAFE420. CDOT also produced many signs with Lyft. If you find one, it's worth $42 for Lyft rides this weekend. So that's what's happening out there in Civic Center Park. Again, crowd doesn't look as big as we've seen in years past, but still, let's talk to meteorologist Belen De Leon, because Belen, there could be thousands of people out there this afternoon. Question is, will it rain?
There is a chance for some rain, and those clouds will steadily increase. We're tracking a Pacific storm, Toronto, that's going to be moving into the state. That's really going to change our sunny skies into cloudy skies and finally give us a chance for some rain. Let's take a live look outside of our studios here in Spear and Logan. And you know what? That blue that we had in the sky, it's slowly starting to be covered by all of that cloud coverage. And here's a look at your weather headlines. When does that rain arrive? It will be increasing for the afternoon and evening commute, becoming widespread tonight. Meanwhile, in the high country, we will have rain and mix it with snow, turning all snow into this afternoon and evening. So yes, winter weather is headed back to the mountains for those few ski resorts that are open. Gosh, this is great news. And our forecast for tomorrow is actually going to be cooler and soggier. The look at radar and satellite, what's happening across the state? Well, it's kind of calm right now. We do have those clouds increasing in the city and a little bit of snow towards southwestern Colorado. Here in the metro area, our clouds will steadily increase, and then that rain develops, and it just becomes widespread in the overnight hours as our temperatures continue to drop. In the mountains, we will have that winter weather advisory that goes into effect at 6 p.m. It lasts through tomorrow morning, where we will have low visibility and also some slushy conditions because of this snow that's on its way. Now, the temperatures are currently already in the 60s and 50s, and that's where we're going to stay for today. But Deronda, tomorrow we certainly need not only the umbrellas but also the jackets. It's expected to be a chilly day. The details coming up.
All right, Belen, we'll be looking for that. Thank you. Officials say it was a drug distribution ring with cocaine and meth made in Mexico. Now, federal and local law enforcement in Colorado have busted it. 9 people have been arrested. Court records obtained by 9 Wants to Know name 14 people accused of buying and selling cocaine and meth. 3 locations for drug distributions are named in the court documents. They include 2 homes and a store in Aurora. Sources say 4 locations were searched today. 9 Wants to Know saw DEA agents as well as Aurora police at 2 of those locations. Sources tell 9 Wants to Know this was an investigation by the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force. Court records say the investigation has been going on for about a year. We have more details on this on our website, 9news.com. The Trump administration issued a warning to Iran today. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson warns Iran could become the next North Korea. He calls the country a global security threat.
An unchecked Iran has the potential to travel the same path as North Korea and take the world along with it.
Tillerson acknowledged that Iran is complying with the nuclear agreement it signed 2 years ago under the Obama administration, but President Trump has repeatedly vowed to tear up that deal. The U.S. and South Korea had a joint military exercise on the Korean Peninsula today. F-16 warplanes and South Korean jets flew as tensions continue to escalate between the U.S. and North Korea. The drills are meant to check Air Force strike capabilities in an emergency situation.
The purpose of the exercise is to get the joint and combined ROK-U.S. team together, the air team together once every year and perform large force exercise, primarily focused on team building.
About 100 aircraft took part in what's being called the Max Thunder exercises. Those will end on April 28th. Members of the Trans-Pacific Partnership are expected to meet soon to discuss the deal's future. The Japanese Prime Minister says the 11 remaining members will take up the issue in May. Vice President Mike Pence mentioned the possibility of a free trade agreement with Japan during his visit to Tokyo earlier this week, but the Japanese government says it would prefer the Trans-Pacific Partnership to a U.S. trade deal. Under the direction from President Trump, the U.S. backed out of the partnership in February. Students from Westminster High School got a day off of school today. That's as investigators try to figure out what caused an electronic equipment fire in the school's computer lab last night. The fire was out quickly, but there was still a lot of smoke this morning. That's why they canceled classes too. No one was hurt. School will likely be back in session tomorrow. So many people moved to Colorado. It seems like you never hear stories of anyone leaving. Well, one Colorado native recently left, and he went just about as far away as you can go, to outer space. Louisville native Jack Fisher is an astronaut. He boarded the International Space Station after a 6-hour trip up into outer space. He was joined by a Russian cosmonaut. Fisher is scheduled to speak with President Trump on Monday. He will spend the next 4 months aboard the station. Boy, hometown boy making good. Congratulations. Well, a woman in Colorado made Time Magazine's 100 most influential people list.
I want to share this recognition with the 11 million other undocumented people in this country who are struggling every single day, but are in the shadows and not visible to you.
The magazine says she's having a huge influence, and it's not hard to see why. Also, some much needed rain today, but Lynn De Leon talks to us about how long it could last next at noon. Well, 18 years ago, we made a promise to never forget those lost on April 20th, 1999. A promise to always keep the lives of those 12 students and 1 teacher taken from us in Columbine High School. The shooting is still in our hearts and minds, and we will never forget. Her case is controversial. A woman seeking asylum at a Denver church now named one of Time magazine's most influential people. Jeanette Viscara is seeking asylum for fear of being deported. The mother of 4 has been living in the United States illegally since 1997. In February, she skipped a meeting with immigration and sought asylum at the First Unitarian Church in Denver with her American-born children. Some say Viscara should be deported. Others say she should get to stay with her children. About an hour ago, she reacted to the distinction from Time magazine, speaking through a translator.
We are here today not only struggling for our own families, but the rights of so many other people. We're here struggling against hate, against homophobia, against the kind of climate that this administration has created.
She says while in sanctuary this week, she made a point to file her taxes. We have a full statement from Viscara on our website, 9news.com. Others on the top 100 include President Donald Trump, also North Korea's President Kim Jong-un, FBI Director James Comey, and WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. Artists like Alicia Keys are also included, so quite a different group, lots of different influencers. California isn't usually the place to go for cheap gas, but today it is. Hundreds showed up at a gas station in Sacramento to take advantage of a going out of business sale. Never heard of one of those for a gas station. They scored gas for $1.75 a gallon. The owner says he just wants to give back to his community. People waited in line for close to an hour.
3 gallons for $41.
And I drove all the way from Elk Grove to fill up my gas tank.
Like 15 minutes, not so long.
We heard about it, so we had to come up here.
And I'm sure by 3 gallons, he probably meant 3 gas tanks for $41. Their cheap gas isn't really that much less than our average price per gallon right now. Here in Colorado, most of us are paying about $2.10 a gallon. That's according to GasBuddy.com. I know I use the little grocery discounts and get definitely below $2 a gallon. Well, how about a mode of transportation that requires no gas? This story, only in Colorado. Instead of checking out a book at a library, you can check out a bike. Here's 9 News reporter Vida Urbonis from Golden.
Hi everybody, Vida Urbonis here. We are at the Golden Bike Library along with a spokesperson for the city of Golden, Carlin Tilley, and she is here to join. She is joining us right now to tell us a little bit about it's opening up today. This is super exciting.
It is very exciting. This is our 2nd year, and because it was so popular last year, we're actually expanding it this year to 3 satellite locations. So we will be open not only here at the Bike Library, but also across the street in Parfit Park on the School of Mines campus, and also at the West Light Rail, and that will be later in the summer.
Talk about the process, because the first 2 hours are free, but then you also get, it's kind of cool, you get some goodies with it.
You do. You get a helmet, of course, and then you also get a water bottle that you get to keep, a lock to lock the bike up throughout the day. Also, we have all sorts of great maps, trail maps. These bikes have 24 gears, and so you can take them on the trails, you can take them up and around town, you can even take them on a suggested brewery tour that we have. So all sorts of fun, and then you also get a golden ticket that gives you discounts at participating merchants.
It's so beautiful out here. So we're going to take off. We are going to go take a ride. I'm going to try to take off without it looking like I'm falling, because every time I've been doing this, it doesn't look pretty. We're going to try again though. But for all the information on this, we're going to post it for you on 9news.com. Let's go. We're in Golden. Vida Urbonis, 9 News.
She's going to take off. Look at that. There she goes. Well, pop, soda, soft drinks, whatever you call them, apparently you're drinking less of them. We'll tell you why next at noon. Soda sales are dropping. That's according to Beverage Digest. They say sales dropped about 1.2% in the U.S. last year. That makes this the 12th straight year that Americans bought less soft drinks. The report says consumers are putting down the pop because they prefer healthier drinks. Researchers also think people are drinking less soda because of extra taxes in some states on sugary drinks. Have you been wondering, where is Richard Simmons? He's been out of the spotlight for about 3 years, but today he's back with a message for his fans. Simmons posted on Facebook that he's been under the weather lately. He was hospitalized for severe indigestion. He talks about his recent health scare in the post, and he thanks fans for all of their love and support. A new study says that 9 out of the top 10 highest paying college majors in the U.S. are dominated by men, and 6 of the 10 lowest paying are dominated by women. They say majors leading to the largest pay gaps favoring men are healthcare administration and math. For women, those majors were architecture and music. Glassdoor did this study. It used information from more than 46,000 resumes. It's Friday Eve, so you know what that means. Everyone wants to know, what will the weather be like? Well, Belen is back with a sneak peek this weekend, including she'll tell us if rain will fall on the thousands of people who are expected to be at that 420 rally in Civic Center Park. Not looking too busy right now, but by the time people get out there this afternoon, they might be dodging some raindrops.